Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to the Let's Get Loud podcast. This is a solo podcast episode with a how the heck are you guys? So last time I came and gave you guys an update, and I think this is what I should just do. Do we think I should just update you on what's up with my journey? I admitted to you that I don't want to say admitted, that's kind of a dramatic word. But I acknowledged or I shared with you that I was working at creating a calorie deficit for myself, which is so exciting. It's like, I'm having a moment. It's almost like when you decide you want weight loss for yourself, you almost feel like you need to explain to yourself, to others. And F that. You don't need, if you want something for yourself, you do not need to explain to yourself to anyone. You just need to explain yourself to yourself. And you need to say, self, what are my intentions here? Are they positive? Are they based on, actual things that are going to impact the quality of my life? That's what actually matters. So anyways, I'm done apologizing or feeling shame with wanting weight loss. Because the weight loss industry, it goes through some stuff. And over the last couple of years, it's been like body positivity, which I am not saying is something we should not have. I think it's incredibly impactful and important that we teach people to respect their bodies of all shapes and sizes. But I do honestly think we are getting into a dangerous place when people are afraid to want weight loss for themselves. See, here's the thing with weight loss. Some people could say that certain weight loss for certain people isn't healthy, that you're too thin already, or that you're doing things that are not benefiting your health or whatever. But here's the thing is, only you can decide that. Like, who am I to decide who is or is not allowed to lose weight or what is or is not healthy? That's really for that person. So weight loss, which actually can be such a positive, healthy experience, has been tainted by the diet industry, by people thinking that in order to lose weight, it has to suck. And also people thinking that if you want weight loss to yourself, for yourself, that you're going to take it to the point where it's extreme. If I said to you, I'm going to, I don't know what, I'm going to drink more water, I'm going to go to bed earlier, I'm going to drink less alcohol, probably most people be like, oh, amazing. That would be so beneficial to your health. Whereas weight loss, which is maybe one of the most impactful things that as a society we could do for our overall health, I wonder if as a society, we all focused on weight loss, or we all focused on sleeping more or not smoking or drinking less alcohol, which one do you think would play a bigger impact on our health? Probably weight loss. And then having said that, we still have people that feel like they have to explain themselves for wanting weight loss for themselves. Anyways, this is really not what this podcast was supposed to be about, but I just kind of have been feeling real passionate lately about the fact that some people feel shameful for saying they want weight loss for themselves. So last week I came to you guys and said I'm creating a calorie deficit. So much has happened in the last 2 weeks, you guys. It's crazy. It's dramatic, but I almost feel like I'm a different person. So I have been implementing in my own life the 20 and 20 method. So it's the 20-minute mindset method, and you do this for 20 days. So all I asked of myself was that for 20 days, I took 20 minutes every single day to set my intentions for the day, reflect on the previous day and the upcoming day, and take in content that helps to reinforce whichever goal that I'm seeking right now. 20 minutes a day. That activity has been one of the most impactful changes I've ever done for myself. You see, I am an action person, too much action, not enough thinking, reflecting, and planning. I'm pretty good at planning, but not enough maybe thinking and reflecting. And to be perfectly honest, super vulnerable, just didn't value it. Didn't think it would make a difference. I am so skeptical. And even when I was teaching and we would do personal development days, I would be like, oh, those would be the most painful days for me. Rainbows, butterflies, let's talk about our feelings, let's inspire each other. I'd be like, no, let's go make a lesson plan. I always want to be in action, always. But what if I had have taken more time to think about and reflect on different kids within my classroom and what their needs are and best practices and share with other teachers and then made my lesson plan? But I'm always wanting action. And so honestly, it's not that I never thought that self-development was value. Maybe I just had never experienced the depth that the value could play in my own life. I always value taking in content. So I go for walks and I listen to podcasts. I'm constantly listening to podcasts on weight loss, on direct sales, on mentorship, leadership, showing up on the internet, having a successful podcast. Like I'm constantly taking in content. So that part I had down pat actually. But it was the time spent reflecting that I didn't have in place. And so I'm not going to tell you guys what my results were for the 20 and 20 because it's not over yet. I'm recording this podcast only a couple days before it comes out, but my 20 days is actually up on the 30th of April. Is it there 30 days in April? The 30th of April. So I am excited to share with you guys. So that's just Sunday. So Monday, I will be going and talking to our members and sharing with them how much weight I lost, what actions I felt really contributed to that, what were my most powerful realizations when it came to my thoughts, and just the whole journey. I don't want to give away too much because I don't want to tell you what happened until it's actually over. But what I am going to tell you today is that I have been really, really, really enjoying doing this. And I've been getting up early to get some work done, getting up around 5 to get work done. And it's the first thing I do every morning. And I look forward to it. It's like a gift to myself. Anyway. So I am going to just share with you guys a few realizations about myself and what works for me since I've started this 20 and 20 method. Do you know what's amazing too? I'm going to start it again on May 1st, hoping a lot of our current members are going to do it with me. I'm sure they will. And so I'm going to do it again on May 1st. And I'm already excited for the next 20 days. Now, the next 20 days will be a little bit, going to say harder for me, different. They will be different. We're going on tour. I'm going to Ottawa for a beauty counter trip. So the next 20 days will look a lot different than these 20 days. These 20 days, for the most part, were kind of like hunkered down at home, doing my thing, putting my head down. And the results have been incredible, both off and on the scale. But I'm already excited for the next 20 days. Isn't that crazy? I really, really, really love the 20-day time frame. I think it gives you enough time to settle in, try some things, maybe make some little tweaks, not panic about it not working because you're really only giving 3 weeks if you really think about it. Wow, I am all over the place, but here I am. As you guys are listening, I want to tell you one thing. If you have any questions about my weight loss journey, about the 20 and 20, about your weight loss, about the summer program, actually, our summer program is coming out on Monday, May 1st. I'm beyond excited about this. We are shouting it from the rooftops. If you want weight loss for yourself without the suck, you want your weight loss in your life. It's a 4-month membership for $170. You will have access to the 20 and 20. You'll have access to our three-phase program, which is step 1, learning, step 2, creating awareness and implementing and creating habits in your life. And then step 3 is the 20 and 20, the staying connected to who you said you wanted to be. So it's all included: the cookbook, access to team, the community group, the lives within the membership. It's all included in your membership. And I'm just going to say it. If you want weight loss for yourself, if you listen and love our content, you want to join the summer membership. Okay. I'm going to continue here. I don't know what's going on with me, you guys, but I just have this like new, remember what I said I was going to tell you things and then I'm coming back to it. I will get to it. I don't know. I'm on this like high right now. I just feel so grateful and proud of how I'm showing up every single day as a mother and a wife and, for myself, showing up for myself. And it just feels so good. And I want to share this passion and inspiration with all of you. Okay. So a few things that I learned while doing the 20 and 20. I'm not done yet, so we will wait for the next one. But what I learned, number one, spontaneity is super important to me. So basically, I'm finding my way. Everyone's finding their way, and your way is always evolving. So for me, spontaneity is super important. So if I had set my intentions for the day, which is what you do for the 20 and 20, and I had said, eat this, do this, do. And if I define success or failure, whether I followed that rigid plan, I am already setting myself up for failure because of who I am and what my life is like. Maybe you don't need spontaneity in your life to feel happy. I do. So when I set my intentions for the day, it's not like you have failed if you don't follow this. It's like if you choose to not follow this, just take some time to think about how you want to show up. So basically, I set an intention for the day. It does include sometimes have this for lunch, do that, based on what I think my day is going to look like. But I don't always know. My friend might say, hey, do you want to go out for lunch? Or I might be more hungry than I thought I was going to be. So there's always space for spontaneity in my plan. But what I'm asking of myself is that I just spend some time. I just take a moment in that moment to think about how I want to show up and who I want to be. So it's like almost on the spot intentions. So I'm acting with purpose and I'm not getting just kind of lost in the moment. So that was a powerful realization for me. And going forward, I want to prioritize that. And so if I ever get distracted by weight loss, which happens, and I start chasing weight loss and not chasing my favorite self, I hope that I have the level of awareness to remind myself, Alicia, that doesn't work. That's not who you want to be. You will be sacrificing your happiness, because there were times during the 20 and 20 where I did have those conversations with myself. There's a time where, and I'm going to share all of this in the next podcast, where I'm not losing weight. And I had a real harsh conversation with myself. And it was like, hey, what are you and are you not willing to do in order to make the scale move? And giving up my spontaneity is something I'm not willing to do, especially with the fact that summer is coming, because we are so busy in the summer. Listen, I'm not going to hide it. I have the most, I think, incredible, fulfilling, full life. I really do. I have 2 jobs that I absolutely adore. I have 3 healthy children. Neil is off in the summer. And so we have a beautiful pool, a beautiful home. We live in a beautiful province. So I can do fun things. So for me, I want to have the spontaneity to go, hey, let's go to the beach today and let's eat fried clams at the beach without feeling like I have failed. Okay. The next thing, which is funny that this is a thing that also helped me set me up for success. I also have no idea how long I've been talking. I feel like this is going to be a long one, but you guys are here for it, right? The next thing is having food prepped, which is funny because I just said, I need to be spontaneous. I do, but I also need access to food quickly and the food that I want to put in my body. So it is very important to me to eat nutrient dense food. The older I get, the more focused I am on health, and I want to feel my best. I deserve to feel my best. And so fueling my body with vitamins and minerals is something that I can do to make that happen. And fast food sometimes is harder to be nutrient dense. They don't always go together. And my lifestyle requires speed. I have a lot of resources available to me. Time is just not one of them. And often I might have the time, but I'm choosing to prioritize something else than making a home cooked meal in the moment. So, what I've realized is setting myself up for success is having things prepped that align with my food values. So, having a protein cooked in the fridge is huge. And then simply having the ingredients that I need to assemble something. Check, check. Having a few nutrient dense options that are grab and go, like leafy gain cookies, RX bars, things like that, that is giving me access to success. So acknowledging that is like going forward with my intentions when I'm doing my 20 and 20 for my next cycle of 20 and 20, I might focus on having more prepped food. I might make that a bigger part of my daily intentions. I might make that a part of my checklist. I didn't have that on my initial one because I didn't quite realize how impactful that could be on my life. Okay, another little thing that I realized, which is I always knew this, and I am pretty good with this, but every once in a while I'll have an off day, and it often ends the same. If I don't drink my water before my coffee, it's like I'll never drink my water. And when I don't drink my water, I am more hungry, I have more cravings, and I consume more calories. And at the end of the day, if I am trying to create a calorie deficit, how about I make it as easy as possible and not feel hungry when I'm actually just thirsty? So really, really, really being even more purposeful with my water has made a positive impact on my journey. One thing that I do need to talk about, but this is a bigger conversation, and I think it's going to require its own podcast, to be perfectly honest, is the scale. You know, there's things about my past, let's say binge eating, certain thoughts or actions like that, that I don't want to say I'm ashamed of, because I'm not ashamed, but that almost are hard for me to share because they're things I'm not proud of, but they're a part of my story. They're a part of my story. And I know that when I share these things that are hard to share, that I'm inspiring some of you. And that's what keeps me going. And I know that when I share that with you guys, that I used to go to the dollar store and buy 7 chocolate bars and sit in my car and eat them, that if you're someone that currently does that and you feel so much shame and so much embarrassment, and then I share that I used to do that, but I don't anymore, I hope that gives you hope. I hope you're inspired by that. And so that's why I do continue to share. And one thing that a habit that I'm not proud of, that I don't like sharing because it's not who I want to be, but it is a part of my story, is my relationship with the scale and my connection with my worthiness and the power that the scale still has over me. I haven't hid this from my members, and I've tried before in the past to change this habit and these thoughts. And I honestly have not been successful. I haven't. I've just not been able to change the way that I think or act around the scale yet. Doesn't mean I failed. It's just I haven't. That is a piece that I'm still working on. So I'm going to leave that with you guys. But I guess this whole 20 and 20 just really reminded me how much work I still have to do on that aspect. And it just said to me, do you know what, Alicia? There's some thoughts around the scale that are holding you back from what you want. And the way that you're showing up with the scale is not who you want to be. So I'm going to write it down for myself to do another solo podcast episode for you guys on the scale and how it's impacted my weight loss journey. But I just kind of wanted to share that with you guys. So that is, my most powerful takeaways from the 20 days so far. I think we're at day 18 or something, or day 17. So 3 more days to go. I'm excited to finish and wrap this one up with a bow and print my next 20 pages. So part of me creating this 20-minute mindset method, I created an entire document that you can print with 20 pages. And I have a little check sheet at the beginning. So it's one sheet with 20 little squares on it. And that's sexy to me. I like that. Get out the highlighters. So I'm super excited to print it already. to start setting my intentions and to start working on my next 20 days. So thank you so much, you guys, for coming along this ride with me. Thank you for providing a space for me to share my inner thoughts and feelings and be vulnerable with you guys. And I really hope that my story can inspire other people that are also struggling in their own life, whether it's their feelings of worthiness, their relationship with the scale, binge eating, whatever it is. I hope that I can impact you in a positive way in your life. Okay, thank you so much. I'm going to finally stop talking. Goodbye, everyone. If you enjoyed this podcast, please share. The world deserves more of this in their life. Okay, I'm done. Bye.